So now let's take a look at the Juvenile Fillies. It's always an exciting race to see who's going to be running in the Oaks potentially. It's running a mile and a 16th on the Friday card, and we're going to look at the field. And you see, it's a good field of 12. We've got a couple of Japanese imports who, frankly, it's going to be hard to gauge how they fit within this mix, but we got to get used to it because the Japanese are going to be involved in virtually every race, I think. So we'll take a look at prep race, one prep race at a time, and the first one we're going to look at are those that ran in the Frizette Stakes at Belmont at the Big A. The first being Scottish Lassie, a name I love, being a Scotsman, and you see Bud McKenzie, who's been a freshman sire who has steadily, his getter running better and better. They're not necessarily great first out, but they certainly have been improving. You got Jorge Abreu as the trainer, Jose Lascano, and won the Frizette, which was a rather strange race, to say the least. Second is Snow White, who's by Good Magic and Warfront underneath. Danny Gargan trains this one. Of course, he had Mage's full brother there, Dornock, on the Derby Trail, won the Belmont. We know he can handle a 2-year-old based upon the Remsen win with Dornock last year. So let's have a look at the Frizette. So here's the Frizette, and for reference, Scottish Lassie is in the 5-hole, and Snow White is on the rail in the 1-hole.
Iconomama goes in. All set for the Frizette.
You see, we had a few scratches in this one.
And they're off. Iconomama breaks outward. Social Fortress has early speed. In between horses, here comes Pondering in the early mix, and now Pondering with the nose in front. Right with Pondering is what in the literal. We'll back off as now Social Fortress.
Yeah, Pondering, boy, what a disappointment she was. A lot of people were thinking that she could do better and just really didn't bring very much to the table at all.
Pondering is well settled there for Pratt.
Social Fortress had that two-turn experience prior to this race, and I thought that gave her a bit of an edge. And you see, right out to the lead, and I thought it handled herself pretty well. May see more from her. You see Scottish Lassie just rating, and Snow White was a little surprising to see her drop back and save ground on the rail. You thought she'd be a little more prominent pace-wise. That's the way she had been running. Still a maiden, by the way, Snow White. You see Scottish Lassie inching up.
Social Fortress still there. It's Social Fortress approaching a quarter-mile left to go, and Social Fortress. Here's the oncoming strides of Scottish Lassie, and now Scottish Lassie is sent for home.
Inhales.
Scottish Lassie is
Social
now opening
Fortress
up on the field, and look at Scottish Lassie open up. A final furlong left to go. Scottish Lassie is now widening this margin and opening up in the
It's a little distracted, kind of weird. You see that head cock to the right there.
Punches her ticket,
but no doubt the winner. She was impressive, for sure. Snow White with an okay second. I wouldn't call it a great one, but runaway winner. Next, we're going to look at those that ran in the Darley Alcibiades, and we'll start with Immersive, who's a perfect 3 for 3. Won the spin away as well. And really, since that maiden win, this horse has just been getting better and better. Brad Cox doing a really good job. You got Manny Franco in the irons. And then we have Quick Kick, who was a little bit of a surprise. But, again, another McKenzie. And they just seem to progress very well as they get older. You got Dylan Davis in the irons for Tom Amos. And this one has yet to be out of the money and got a second in the Alcibiades, which we'll look at right now. So the Darley Alcibiades, Immersive is in the 8-hole all the way to the outside, and Quick Kick is in the 6-hole. And you see this is another one, had a couple of scratches, so knocked down to a field of 7.
And they're off in the Darley Alcibiades. There goes Liam in the dust.
Immersive a little.
She'll have company, though. Rich City Girl right alongside of Liam in the dust as they head to the first turn. Continuity. Off just a step slowly. Now scoots up down to the inside. Immersive is there toward her outside. They contest the third spot, heading on to the first turn. Quiet Side stays a lane off the rail, moves up into fifth, 5 lengths off the lead. Sherbini is sixth to the inside. Quick Kick moves up 1 spot from last around her. Opening quarter in 23.01 seconds. On to the backstretch they go. Rich City Girl from the outside has the lead a half length. Liam in the dust against the rail, second a length and a half. Immersive travels in third, outward from the rail, off the turn and up the backstretch. Continuity occupies the spot to her inside and fourth. Then a gap of 2 more lengths back to Quick Kick on the far outside. Quiet Side between horses, next to last 5 from the front. And Sherbini, another length behind that pair, trails midpoint of the backstretch. First half mile, 46.89 seconds. Over to the far turn they go. Rich City Girl, Liam of the dust continue their struggle for the lead. Another length and a half to Immersive, who's still stalking that pair from third. Continuity is still fourth to the inside. And then Quiet Side and Quick Kick, side by side now. They start to pick it up, look for more running room. Still nearly 5 from the front as they come toward the quarter pole. Rich City Girl is the leader. Liam of the dust drops back to the inside. Immersive goes to second. Quick Kick goes to third. Still 5 from the lead. Top of the short stretch as they turn for home. Continuity fourth. Here's Immersive. Immersive comes forward, has the lead. Quick Kick is taking aim from the outside, but she's second. But here she comes now on the short stretch. Quiet Side on the far outside. Immersive to the inside has the lead. Immersive chased all the way by Quick Kick. Immersive and Manny Franco to win the Darley Alcibiades.
Had some pace to run to, got to remember that, but still thought it was a good effort for both. The next 3 we're going to look at are from the West Coast, those that ran in the Oakleaf Stakes at Santa Anita. And the first is the winner, Non-Compliant. You can see 2-turn pedigree all the way. Tis the Law on the top and Street Sense on the bottom. Trained by Bob Baffert, Juan Hernandez, 2 for 2. All systems go. And then we have Noonie, yet another Bob Baffert. What a surprise for Zedon Racing. And this one has gone 3 out of 4 on the money. Got a second in the Oakleaf. And our third is Tenma, yet another Bob Baffert. How about that? So he went 1, 2, 3 in the race. And this one's 3 for 3 in the money. Got third in the Oakleaf. You got KK in the irons. So, as usual with the 2-year-olds, it's the Bob Baffert show out in California. So let's have a look at the Oakleaf. So here's the Oakleaf, and we've got Tenma in the 3-hole, Noonie in the 4-hole, and Non-Compliant in the 8-hole, all the way to the outside.
We're in the gate. And they're off in the Oakleaf.
A little bit of a lunge from Tenma out of the break, but all the way pretty well.
And Noonie are the first 2 out. Showers splits that pair and goes after them. And Tenma is very keen, looking for a spot 1 from the rail. And she is right on the heels of the front running Noonie. And she's able to guide over now as Noonie sets the pace, opens up 2. Tenma now has some breathing room in second.
Kind of hard to evaluate the Bafferts, these 2-year-olds, when they're all running against each other, but
and Omen Joy
all
at
you
the
can
back
really
of the
say is
field,
they're
6
probably the
furlongs
best
to
in
run.
California.
Martin Garcia has Noonie unopposed on the front end. It's a 2.5 length edge over Tenma, who tracks her in second, and then comes Non-Compliant in the clear while third, 2.5 or 3 lengths off the lead. Showers is fourth, 4 lengths off them, another 4 back to In the Air Tonight, and Omen Joy at the back with a half mile to travel in the Oakleaf, presented by Oak Tree. Noonie left alone on the front end. Extends that lead out to 3 lengths on Tenma in second. Non-Compliant gets her cue and now takes up the chase.
And you know, you look at it, you have to say that that's a pretty damn good effort from Non-Compliant, because a lot of times when they build up that kind of lead, they can just get away at Santa Anita. So coming from off the pace with a win, that's a pretty good sign if you like Non-Compliant.
Noonie digging in, Non-Compliant alongside. They put 4 on Tenma in third, 3/16 of a mile to go. Non-Compliant and Noonie are head and head. Non-Compliant gets the upper hand past the 8th pole. Noonie trying her best, well clear of Tenma in third, past the 16th pole, and it's Non-Compliant and Juan Hernandez in control. Non-Compliant has won the Oakleaf, presented by Oak Tree.
Pretty good. Time's a
Nooney
little
was
slow,
clearly
especially
second
for
best.
Santa Anita. I'd say
Tenma
145 for a
third.
mile
In the
and
air tonight was
16th,
fourth.
but non-compliant looks pretty good. So now we'll stay on the West Coast and we'll look at those that ran in the Del Mar Debutante. And incidentally, Tenma, who we just saw in the Oakleaf, won the race, and Nooney ran in it as well. So you do get four of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies contenders in this race, so it's significant. Vodka with a Twist is by a freshman sire, 1,000 Words. Remember, who notoriously scratched from the Derby, flipping over right before. Trained by Phil D'Amato, and you got Big Money Mike, all-time leader in Breeders' Cup wins. So one we want to pay attention to, 4 out of 5 in the money finishes. And then we have So There She Was by Munnings. Munnings, as we know, more of a sprinter type of sire. So 2 turns may be a bit of a challenge, though she does have Take Charge Indy underneath, so maybe there's enough stamina. We'll see. Antonio Fresu in the irons, and Doug O'Neill training, 4 out of 4 in the money. And this one got third in the Del Mar Debutante, which we'll take a look at right now. So for the Del Mar Debutante, we've got Nooney in the 2-hole, Tenma in the 6-hole, Vodka with the Twist in the 3-hole, and So There She Was in the 4-hole.
FanDuel Racing, Del Mar Debutante. Fields sent on their way. They all appear to come out well. Along the inside, Nooney in the red cap is showing good speed. On the outside, we have Tenma right there, and Night Beacon in the blue joins the leaders as well. Proud Starlet now kicks through at the rail, and Proud Starlet puts her head in front. Then we come back to Vodka with a Twist in the white blinkers, been followed by Tenma, who's now 6 off the leaders. So There She Was is back second last, and Jack's Magic Girl, good 14 off the leader. They run to the half-mile pole, and Proud Starlet leads at 3 parts of the length. The favourite Nooney is right there in second. Down at the rail, Tenma just waiting for room now. Vodka with a Twist in the red is right there, and Night Beacon. Those 5 are all tightly grouped. A gap of 5 back to So There She Was and Jack's Magic Girl. Coming to the quarter pole now, and Nooney gets the lead, but it's only a narrow one. Nooney ahead in front. Vodka with a Twist is putting pressure on. Vodka with a Twist with the white blinkers now puts her head in front. Nooney has to battle back, was in a little tight at the rail, but appears tired as Nooney is dropping out of it. They come for home. Vodka with a Twist now has the lead. Tenma looms the danger down the centre. Tenma is coming home fast. Vodka with a Twist can't find any more. Tenma's catching her inch for inch. They come down to the wire, and Tenma has won it. Vodka with a Twist was second, so there she
Tenma
was,
with that
ran
sustained
on for
drive had some pace to run to. You see how quick they went early, but a pretty good effort coming from behind, especially at Del Mar. The last American we'll look at is La Cara, and this one is by Street Sense with Bernardini underneath, so 2 turns all day. Owned by Tracy Farmer and Mark Cassie training, Ricky Santana in the irons. This one's 3 out of 5 in the money, and was very impressive in sprints, and stretching out a little bit to 7 furlongs in this one. I thought demonstrated some really good turn of foot, and came from off the pace where she had been on the lead earlier in the sprint. So let's have a look at the Pocahontas. So here's the Pocahontas, and La Cara is in the 3-hole.
Sure. Quinn's Promise, Kimchi Cat, and Liam in the Dust.
Big field for this one.
Waiting for Liam in the Dust. There, in the gate, and they're off.
The car got away well.
Off to an even start. A good beginning for Mama, who breaks out on top toward the inside. Good speed from Empirical Mischief as well. Pretty Store's not far behind. And from the far outside, Kimchi Cat, Liam in the Dust, and Stilettos. with some early zip as
So
well.
Lucara just
So up
saving
the
ground.
chute they go. They head for the main track, and it's Kim Cat up for a short lead. Stilettos is right there racing in second.
And I had her
Liam in
this
the
day, and
dust
I'll
on the
tell you, I
outside,
was a
run
little
on the
nervous
pace,
being
racing
that far
third.
back
Empirical
and
Mischief tucks
with
in
this kind
behind.
of
Fourth,
field.
Atomic City is out in fifth. Iconomama toward
But
the
you see, the
inside
pace
is running
was a little
along.
on the quick
In
side.
sixth, Lady
Not
Catherine
too
in the clear.
surprised at
Seventh,
that for
advancing
2-year-olds.
inside La Cara from
A
eighth.
big field.
Right there, two Pretty Stirred ninth. Quinn's Promise is racing in 10th. West Memorial hustled along
Incidentally,
11th.
this is,
Chattanooga Crew toward the
this is a
inside
mile, not
is
7
racing in
furlongs.
12th. Strong State is 13th and 10 lengths off the lead, and 3 clear of Hearts United. The opening quarter was 22-3, the opening half and 46-1. Round the far turn, Stiletto's short lead. Right there is Kim Cat and Liam in the dust. She's looking for the lead now, and Atomic City rolls up on the far outside.
You see Lucara swung out to the
in with a
outside
shot,
and
needs to find a way
smooth
through.
sailing.
Empirical Mischief cuts the corner beautifully, and La Cara comes on the scene, and so does Pretty Sure. They're
turn
off the
foot.
turn. Liam in the dust, clear by 2, but
James
they're
leads.
swarming in. La Cara's coming down the center. Here comes La Cara up for the lead right at the 8th pole. In the meantime, Iconomama comes through toward the rail, and Liam in the dust fights on between
Iconomama
them.
really
They
didn't
race
follow
for the
that,
finish.
this
La
race
Cara's
up
in
very
front,
well,
short
but,
of the wire, and
it's
she
another
will
story.
do
Lucara
it.
with a nice
La
solid
Cara
win.
from off the pace.
A little
Defeating
slow for a mile, but they are
Iconomama or
2-year-olds
Liam in the
and
dust
can
in that
improve.
photo for second. Farther back, it was Pretty Sure in 4th.
Finally, we'll take a look at our 2 Japanese potential runners in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. And we have Odamena Shacho. And this one I was is only broken her maiden, has gone 3rd, 2nd to 1st to break her maiden. Couldn't find that, as you might expect to be a little difficult. Is by Speightstown, so the distance would automatically be a little bit of a concern for me, but she does have curling underneath. A pretty big step up from a Japanese maiden to a Grade 1 stakes race in the States, but you never know. We'll see. Hideyuki Mori has got quite a few coming over for the Japanese, so maybe he knows something we don't. And then we'll take a look at American Bikini, who is another Japanese horse. I wasn't able to find the Yamaboshi Show stakes, but she did win it. Is by American Pharaoh with Bernardini underneath. So of the 2, I would say this one probably is more likely to have a significant influence on the race. But again, just really don't know. Sorry I can't give you more information, but that's sometimes it's hard to get them. The only country that's harder to get stuff from is France. It's just really difficult. But anyway, that is the Juvenile Fillies field, and it looks to be a pretty good one. Immersive, I think, is going to be awful tough to beat. But looking at those Equibase numbers, they're not too far apart in any of the races. So with some improvement, who knows? We could have somebody like Lucara could be awful dangerous as well. So we'll see how things go as we get closer to the Breeders' Cup. I hope this presentation helps you with your own research and formulation for the Breeders' Cup, and certainly we're going to have more for every race. And then once we conclude with our video race replay analysis, then we'll start deep diving in each race, so be on the lookout for individual postings for that as well. And of course, if you do like content that you see here, please like and subscribe, and we do appreciate it, and thank you all for the support, those of you who have already come on board. That's it from here. I'll talk to you soon, and until then, be well.